against Zerg players, so I don't think our future talent player is a Zerg, and if he is, he's got some type of special strategy planned.
Right, looks like he's going to be a Terran, so we're going to be seeing a PVT. We did see a good TVT on this map a little bit, maybe 2 weeks ago in the first week, I think. All right. So we are going to have our TVP, and currently FTaCT is up 1-0. Yep.
What do you like about this map in TVP?
Oh, in TVP? I don't know.
Who do you think
I'm not actually... I mean, you do have the destructible rocks, so, it could be a little bit more, well, I don't know. I don't know that there's really too much of a favor in here. As far as tanking and things like that, there's not like an automatic nice ledge or anything. Drops, drops maybe aren't as viable. It's sort of hard to get into the main, and the natural and third are fairly protected. So, maybe just from that standpoint, maybe Protoss, but I don't really know that it favors one over than the other too much.
Yeah, it's kind of a choky map as well. So, I guess, but as you said, tanky. I don't know if you meant that by tanky as in like tanks from
tanks, yeah.
Okay, all right. So I think tanks could be. I don't see a lot of mech in TVP. Probably because of the Immortal and Colossus units, but I'd love to see mech. It'd be very cool.
Some maps, definitely favor Terran just because there are some possibilities with that, but, I don't see this being one of them, so I wouldn't expect to see anything other than Bio. But anyways, spawning down here in the bottom right-hand side of the map, we see FTaCT, who is currently up 1-0 for Team Impulse Esports, and his opponent is our blue Terran over here from Team Future Talent Art Control, apparently. Thank you, Marine, for filling us in on that. And we are going to see if he can take out FTaCT and tie up the game. If not, then FTaCT is in a great position.
For those of you just joining, this is the ISTL Indie StarCraft Team League, where we like to spotlight some of the lower level teams with very strong players. Right now, brain fart. For those of you just tuning in and still following the ISTL, right now Impulse is mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. However, Future Talent, if they win, they secure a spot in the playoffs. If they lose, their fate relies on Clan Overdosed versus Area 51, where they must pray that Clan Overdosed loses. So it is a very important week, or very important day for Group A play right now. Oh man, that was a mouthful. Pyronia, take over. Come on.
All right, and if you're joining us for the first time as well, I am Pyronia. I am with rhgaming.com, so you can follow me on Twitter at Pyronia and check out my blog, things like that, over at rhgaming.com. And with me is the wonderful Quaffle from Team Impulse Esports. Got a little bit of Probe and SCB Harass over here, and if things don't change, it's going to die quite quickly. However, one thing is he did choose to, there's no room for that little probie to go. But he did choose to go for the 2 supply depot wall off there, in the attempts to wall it off prior to the probe getting in and scouting. However, he wasn't able to do that because FTaCT scouted the correct direction right away.
Yeah, and it looks like their Terran player is going to go for a 1 barracks fast expand, throwing down a very fast bunker. Very good decision. Going to keep him safe. FTaCT doesn't... Ooh, he's got a very sneaky pylon over there. Though it's not sneaky since it's in his base, but hidden in the trees. I really like that positioning. Marine, you should get a close-up on that if you can, just because it's so cool. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah, and actually, I believe we had a matchup on this map last week, I think, with RH. I'm not 100% positive. There was a sort of sneaky one built as well, and so I was expecting some sort of hidden tech, and then nothing ever happened with it. It was just off in its own place with a gateway, so, it was sort of like a Mecha gate, if you will.
It must be kind of like one of those places where you can build something, and you build it there just because you can. It's like, oh man, I'm going to hide this pylon under the tree. like a
luckiest little
boss.
SCV there. A little bit of miss micro by FTaCT. He must have had his units just rallied, so that SCV did get in and see
Yeah.
everything. So it saw the dropping
Ooh.
of those 2 gates.
And FTaCT is going to sneak a probe in here, though it
Hey,
was
guys.
spotted, and our future talent player, McLeod? How are you going to pronounce it? Let's stay
Uh,
consistent.
McLeod? I
McLeod?
don't know. It looks Scottish to me, and you never know how they pronounce those things. Their vowel system is not the typical English vowel system, so.
Well, you just said McLeod, and I like the sound of that. So McLeod, our blue player from Future Talent, did see that sneaky probe get up and did kill it off. So FTaCT's attempt at being sneaky failed.
It's supposed to be McLeod.
McLeod? Oh, that's even worse,
McLeod.
but okay.
It is worse, but that seems like a very StarCraft thing to do there, you know. All right, so Stim just starting for, we'll just call him Mickey. How about
Mickey?
that?
I like that.
Mickey.
All
All right,
right.
so Stim just starting, a little quarter of the way done. Ooh, might be able to get those stalkers. Nope.
Not
So
too
a
sure
little
why
bit of
Mickey was
softening of
moving out
those.
there.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Yeah.
Softened
Doesn't
up a
have
couple of those Marines.
Yeah, he doesn't have concussive shells. Or does? No, doesn't have concussive shells, and Stim isn't even close to finished. So there was no reason to move out there with stalkers out in the open. Maybe to try to gain some map control. I guess we have to be fair to Mickey here. He did not see the stalkers out there.
Yep, and both players sitting on just about the same worker count. So we've got 32 to 34, 34 to 34, but we do have 2 orbitals, so pretty nice, income lead there by Mickey. Dropping a turret, wants to be extra safe probably, just to make sure that he doesn't get any, something funky with DTs or anything like that, and making sure that he can snipe off some observers should they be coming.
Oh man, and it looks like FTaCT is going to gear up for an attack here. This is perfect timing. He's got to go now before Stimpack finishes. If he doesn't win this fight before Stimpack finishes, he's going to be in a lot of trouble, but he's got a lot of force fields and a lot of zealots, so he's got plenty of DPS. Huge force fields go down. Can he kill that bunker, Pyronia?
I don't think he's actually focusing on the bunker. I think he's focusing more on the army. He did a nice job of segmenting a lot of the army with force fields. It did force a bunch of SCVs to come out, but when it's all said and done, we're still ahead in workers for Mickey, so he didn't lose any of SCVs, and he didn't lose the bunker, so he lost some units, but not very much.
Yeah.
I don't know, hard to say there.
Yeah, I didn't like the engagement there by FTaCT. He lost all of his zealots and didn't really kill much. He had, like you said, he had like half his guys killing units and half his guys hitting that bunker, so that bunker didn't even come close to finishing. It didn't even drop below 75 health. And
yeah, and if
Mickey
we look at the...
must have lost a Marauder and a few Marines.
Yeah, and if we look at the units lost with the resources, it was not a good trade-off for FTaCT. So it's about 1,000 resources lost for him and only, sub 500 lost for Mickey. And it looks like he's just going to be using that sneaky little pylon up there to start a second forge. So nothing terribly exciting with that, but he does have his robotics bay going down, so he'll be getting some Colossus out momentarily.
Yeah, Mickey's got beautiful timing right now, adding on 2 more barracks, starting 2 medevacs, and even built an armory. Does he have +1 already? Yes, he has 1-1 already, and 2-2 just started as well, or at least +2 weapons.
Looks like he's prepping to move out to his 3rd there as well. He's going to be prepping for that by taking down those rocks. Do have a nice observer over here from FTaCT who's just going to go in and see everything. One of the crucial things he's going to see here probably is the timing on that starport. So this is one thing that really came up last week is Terrans just love to build like tons and tons of racks, but they still only have the 1 starport. And so with Terran, it can be, against a toss, it can be really difficult because they either have to choose between medevacs or Vikings. And this early in the game, there's only a couple medevacs on the field, and 1 stim is going to basically take up all of their energy practically. So then they can't really afford to build Vikings to take down those Colossus. So this could work out in favor of FTaCT, although he is down in supply a little bit and did get momentary blocks there. But
well, the thing about Colossus is that 1's alright, but 3 is really scary. And
Yeah.
right now, FTaCT is at that all-right state, and it's all-right for Terran, not FTaCT. So Mickey has an opportunity. There are lots of force fields for FTaCT, so I don't think any damage is going to be dealt. However, these two medevacs should start to get really active with dropping. Oh, he's even got a third medevac in there, so he has plenty of mobility to fill up a dropship and attempt to drop. And I'm not sure why he's not right now. You know, he's got plenty of opportunity to do it right now. He's got the Protoss contained, but a second Colossi just popped, and once that third one pops, those Marines are just going to melt under the laser beams.
Yeah, I think he's just really nervous, so he is getting out those Vikings, but he's only got 4 medevacs. You know, so just a couple of stims is really going to hurt the energy on those medevacs, and if there's some snipes on them with the stalkers, you know, it could definitely lead to him having a very weakened army.
And it looks like FTaCT attempted to sneak a probe out, but Mickey is being very diligent with scouting, sending a few Marines out to all the outer expansions. And he was holding on to the watchtower for a little bit, but decided to back off. I'd like to see him one Marine go out there and grab that watchtower. Looks like he's just going to do a just as effective thing and just kind of take it with his entire army. No biggie.
Yep, and the probe that was going to go and try and build FTaCT's third got denied. So it's me quite a ways behind, whereas Mickey is landing his third momentarily.
Yeah, and that's really huge at this stage in the game. Mickey's taking a commanding lead here. He's got plenty of Vikings out now. The Colossus count has reached 3, but however, no more are in production, and he's starting a Templar archive. So it looks like he's settled on 3 Colossi and is going to switch to gateway tech after these 3 Colossi die. And it looks like the Vikings are going to try to come in here and snipe anything off. FTaCT does position his stalkers favorably against the Vikings. A big stim!
All right, so we're going to have to see how it's going. Those Vikings not going down to the stalkers. It does not look like he's focus firing.
Oh, man, so many Marines, so many Marauders, so little stalkers, so little zealots. No,
yeah, unfortunately there he just didn't have as much income as he needed. He was behind in workers. He was behind in tech a little bit, you know, and definitely Mickey was ready and good to go for the Colossi there. You know, he did wait and bide his time to get those Vikings out. Yep. You know, but unfortunately just never felt like FTaCT really had the amount of units that he needed to move out there.
Yeah, honestly, that positioning favored FTaCT a little bit. He had a good concave on those units, you could kind of say. However, the Vikings had really nice positioning as well. But the real turn in this game was when FTaCT went up with the early 3-gate pressure and lost all his zealots for only a few units. You know, when you lose so much, he didn't lose any sentries, which was really nice for him. But when you have no Colossi to that many Vikings at the end, those sentries really don't do too much, since you cannot protect your Colossi as well.
Yep, and so that does tie up the series 1-1. So, yep, unfortunately that was a, you know, good game there. You know, just sort of solid win there for McLeod. He is currently top 8 Masters with actually really nice records. So 11 wins to 2, which this early in the season, you know, he's definitely been playing a lot. He is in the same league there, or the same division as Impulse's very own Bales.
Ooh.
I know, exciting there. A couple of the Area 51 guys in there, so, you know, but no, like, super huge names. So not as exciting as the one with Liquid Red, but we'll forgive him.
If we take out Beast, I think Bales has to be my favorite Impulse player at the moment. I'll tell you why.
Bales is fun to watch.
Oh, yeah. You can totally tell his, you know, how would you call it? I think Bales is probably that type A personality, very loud and in your face, and, you know, just full of humor and, you know, fun loving. But you can totally tell it in his playstyle. What I meant by in your face is his playstyle. He loves to move his units around, kind of like Huck, or like Sase in a sense. Loves to mess around with his gateway units. So selfishly, I'm rooting for Bales to come out here and play. I'm not sure if he's online or not. Oh, he is. He's online. That's the
All
man.
right. Yeah, we'll
Oh,
have
he's
to
here.
see who they bring in. Yeah, I'm not sure who they're going to be bringing in, but it should be fun.
Yeah, or I'd love to see a Zerg player against. We have really strong macro Zergs. They also love to get aggressive. I'm kind of BSing. I don't really know too much about our Zergs, to be honest.
Well,
I tried,
we did see
right?
your GM. Have you had the chance to see your GM Zerg play that you brought on? It starts with a B. Boogeyman. Yeah. He's Zerg,
Boonray it's
right?
actually a Terran player.
He is? Oh, I
Yes,
swear he was
he
Zerg.
switched.
Maybe I watched him play as Zerg then.
He was Zerg back in the day. Decided he kind
Oh,
of got a little bit bored with it.
I
Decided to
swear he
switch to
was Zerg
Terran.
like a couple weeks ago. Okay. Never
Maybe.
mind. Never mind.
He's kind of just so awesome that he can switch races and make it back into Grandmasters in the next season. So, brush our shoulders off Impulse. That's who's on our team. So, no, that didn't go over well. All right, whatever. I thought I was hilarious. It's fine.
Wow, it always amazes me. So one of these guys in their division, the rank 3 dude, he has 30 games played already. He clearly does not work and has just been sitting home playing StarCraft all day. I envy him. Captain Planet. He is
Captain
committed.
Planet?
Captain Planet, but Captain with a K.
Ah.
Spelled quite incorrectly there.
Well,
We'll assume
probably a high schooler that took off school. Just kidding. Not really.
Oh, it's to be in school again. I'm jealous. Well, I guess I still work in a school, but it's not the same thing.
Right. Get to enjoy all the drama and everything.
Yeah, I just watch the drama. I watch it unfold.
Do you ever feel a responsibility as a teacher to intervene?
Well, it's really tough. I did sort of see a train wreck coming with two really good friends who decided to start dating, and I saw the train wreck, and but it's really not the teacher's place to say. They sort of have to learn their own ways and how to navigate relationships. So you just sort of have to let the train wrecks happen, and it was a little hard. Especially when it's happening in your classroom, it's definitely a little awkward for you. You're sort of watching this happen. You're like, oh no, oh. Yeah. But you gotta let it happen. You can't really get involved too much. So
Kind of like watching a full medevac run into a turret. It's like, oh,
yeah,
no,
exactly.
oh, crap.
Exactly. I always hate that. Or watching an army of overlords with hydras in them, and your husband happens to be drunk at the time, and it's just like they're gonna live, and they rush into a bunch of Valkyries, and they don't live. It's unfortunate there.
That is
Poor little
unfortunate.
overlords. Poor little guys. All right, so I believe that... Is it going? Are they going?
No.
That's
just me wanting
got
to.
my hopes up.
Sorry. My bad. Got all the viewers' hopes up. How many viewers we got? Just out of curiosity.
Not too many tonight. Unfortunately, it seems like we're having a little bit more downtime than we have lately. So I think that, it's hard to maintain. We need to be showing videos of cats or something.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Or pigs. That's what I've recently learned. It's probably
Why are we biased? Well, we're only biased because they were BMing and trash talking at the beginning. I'm not even part of Impulse, so I'm a third party here.
Who's trash talking?
At the beginning, the Future
Sensei?
Talent guys were, trash talking. So it's hard to root for a team when they start off with just a bam in your face type of attitude, but it's a little bit hard there. But
Well, I am part of Impulse, but I would really like to see Future Talent make it into the playoffs, mainly because I watched Future Talent, I believe Fantasy, All Kill Clan Overdosed, and that guy, he was a Terran player and just wrecked Overdose. He played macro, he threw a little bit of cheese in there. He did multitasking. He kind of got it like a death ball. He can play anything, and I think he's going to really kind of I really think future talent has the because of
Has
fantasy
future talent.
has future talent. I actually kind of wanted to avoid that, but I think they can take the ISTL with that type of play,
Yeah, I saw
especially
some
him and
the most amazing TVT I've ever seen was actually between I believe Psycho is their team captain. Um, and it was against him and one of the RH guys who actually plays random. And it was one of the best TVTs I've ever seen. Like, it was just an amazing, amazing game against Fabled Integral. It was really fun. So, yeah, I mean, from what I've seen from them, they do have a lot of talent. They're definitely a very fun group of
ooh,
guys to watch. So, right, Element here.
yeah,
Saw him
Zerg
play
player.
last week for Impulse. So, yep, they are bringing out a Zerg player. Oh, and we need to double check it on how do we say his name.
Oh yeah, McLeod or McLeod, but I like.
Oh, McLeod. All right. I knew it was some sort of funky pronunciation with the spelling.
Ah, M Cloud.
Oh, M
Okay.
Cloud. M Cloud. Oh, not Mick. Oh, I see.
You are an English teacher, am I right?
I am. I am an English teacher by trade. Caster by night.
Very nice. Very nice. I've never been an English guy, more of a math nerd.